So you went to the store yesterday and got a bunch of stuff.
Yes, I did.
What'd you get?
Electrical supplies.
Right here.
Yep. Boxes and a dimmer for the lights.
Cool.
And some other junction boxes and a bunch of outlets.
Cool. Wire. I see.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's neat. You mounted them there. Cool.
Decided to hang everything first. And then put the box up.
Nice.
Okay. Maggie, would you grab a screwdriver and take the knockouts out of that box?
So you're wiring.
Yeah, we're just doing the connections between our light boxes
Okay.
for the recessed
Yep.
canvas LED light.
Okay, you're gonna show us how to do one, start to finish.
Yeah.
It's Maggie.
So we'll get a connector in our
What's that connector look like? Let me see.
box. Oh, let me pull out another one.
Okay.
This is just a simple plastic
Okay.
connector. Yeah, I got a stubborn one.
Uh-oh. Don't break it.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm videoing, that's
course.
why. Do you need light?
Wow. Yeah, they're pretty stubborn into these little boxes.
So it has
That's why I'm using the screwdriver.
Let me see if I can get it. There we go. Okay.
But these just protect the cable from these sharp metal edges here, and then they secure the wire so you can push it in, but it won't come back out.
Okay. See, that one goes easier.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm probably doing something wrong. That's probably why it's being so stubborn.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then we'll run our cable in. Actually, want to do that side?
Sure.
Go ahead. A little more. Let's get right there. Just grab me a staple. Okay. Okay. Strip our wires.
That's a weird tool.
Yeah, it's not really necessary, and it's not completely necessary, but a little safer than doing the whole thing with the utility knife.
Okay.
Anyway, just gotta get all that off without nicking
The wires.
the wires. Or cutting yourself.
Careful.
I want to get them right back close to that because there's not much room in these little boxes for all these wires. And get the paper out of the way. Yeah. Good. Okay. We'll
Cool.
strip them all.
Strip them.
The wire stripper.
Oh.
You just got different size holes there for the different gauges, and this one's actually got the number printed. So if you know your gauge, you just get your number.
Okay.
I'm going just under 1/2 inch for these push-in style connectors.
Okay.
That's probably not the technical name, but
Did you do this on one? Cool.
there. Okay. So
This one doesn't have
right.
on
So
it.
yeah. So this is a 14 gauge wire, and this style is called with 3 wires in a jack. Usually it's called Romex, even though that's actually a brand name.
Okay.
And this one's called 14-2, which is where you have 2 wires plus a ground.
Oh, that's the ground.
So it's basically 2 plus a ground. So this
Okay.
is the ground wire. So that
Okay.
doesn't normally won't have any power in it.
Okay.
Is why they didn't bother insulating it.
Okay.
And that one, that just really, it just connects to the green lead, which is your ground connected to this box.
Okay.
Since the box is metal, that's just like if you had a bad connection or some sort of a short or something, you know, inside the box or whatever, or in, I guess, or in the fixture or whatever, then that would provide a safe path for that, like leaking electricity
Okay.
to go back to the ground.
Cool.
Where it belongs. Anyway. So we're wiring all these in parallel, 2 different ways of wiring. One's called series, one's called parallel. And when you have the power that's coming in, and then the wire that's going to take the power to the next light, and you have both those hooked together, and then you add your light fixture hot wire to that. It's called parallel. And that's basically, so like if this light fixture failed,
Oh, then you go fix that
the
one.
rest of them
Right.
wouldn't,
Wouldn't fail.
like the whole string of white lights wouldn't go out
Okay.
at
Cool.
once. Yeah. Yeah. And then also that means there's the main feeder line is not going through this light fixture. There's a lot of resistance in a light fixture.
Okay.
So then there basically wouldn't be, if you did that, then the next one would only get whatever made it through this one.
And by the end, you'd have hardly
You
anything.
have 18 of these in a row.
You would have no light.
I don't know, you'd probably be noticing a difference.
Yeah.
From the beginning to the end.
Okay.
With how bright the lights were.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how do you put those in there?
Yeah.
These are what are these called right here?
I have to Google it.
Okay, it doesn't matter, but that's.
But it's just got a metal V in there, and when the wire slides in between, then it's like held in place.
Okay.
Like a fish trap or something. Anyway.
Okay.
So it's trapped in there. You push it in, you can't pull it back out.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna start with our white one. It's really tight in there, so I've kind of been trying to be really careful about getting things routed. So I'm gonna start with one up there. I'm gonna take this one and get everything like kind of lined up first on my routing. This one we're gonna go like this. So I want to get the final location of it and these two wires so that they're like even and all pointed the same direction.
Okay.
And get kind of a pre-bend in there so everything kind of ends up in the same place. I'll kind of just pull things back out close enough. I know it's hard to see where I can get to it. And then you just push it. Can you see?
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
There, you just push it in.
Okay.
And then you can see the copper wire in there, that it's all the way in.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry, I know my big fingers are in the way of your picture.
So it's okay. It's a small spot.
Yeah. Then I'll put those back where I, oops, want that behind. That one up here.
Good thing it's not plugged in.
Yeah, well, you know, it's pretty easy on the school bus to know if
it's plugged
the
in.
power's hooked up. It's like, is there an extension cord run to the bus or not?
Yeah.
If there's not, then we're good. And this is new wiring, and I know I haven't even figured out exactly where I'm going to hook it up yet. So there's one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that focus?
Yeah. I guess standard is to leave 6 inches.
Oh.
If you're working in like a regular size box.
Okay.
I didn't have that much. I have like 4 to 4.5 inches.
Okay.
But you need to have enough room. Like if I need to redo this, if something's wrong with the connector, and I need to at least be able to pull it out, you know, where I can get at it.
Right.
So like,
yeah.
I needed to redo something, or you know, if I broke one, when I'm jamming things in here, if I broke one, I'd have to just take it all apart.
Yeah.
Probably just cut it all off and restrip, and then just use a wire nut. And so I'd want to make sure I had enough extra cable and enough room to do that. Right. Okay. We got one more. Okay. So now before I close everything up, you can just take one more look, and I can see all my connectors because they're clear.
Yeah.
And just see all my wires are still all the way in. I never heard any cracking plastic, so I'm pretty sure none of them are cracked or broken or anything. I just want to push everything in so that my lid will close.
Yep. Cool.
And then
close you up. Nice.
we're good.
How do you feel about it? It's taking you a while to figure this out. It's been frustrating, I know.
Yeah, it's the routing. Well, we'll actually have to figure out how to get the switch in the line where I wanted it.
Yeah.
And have the lights wired properly was a little bit of a trick.
Yeah, you had the neighbor come over
you helped me.
yesterday.
I was thinking like series, which is the other way of wiring that I was telling you about, where if one went out, they all went out.
Yeah.
That's basically a one continuous loop, and you can put a switch anywhere in the loop, and and switch it on and off. And so I was kind of thinking along that line that it didn't really matter where my switch was, because my switch is down there by the door, but my power source is back here where we're standing.
Right.
But then the neighbor clued me in, no, that's not going to work, because you're going to wire them in parallel.
Okay.
In that case, everything before the switch would have full power all the time, and so your switch would only affect whatever lights were after it in the circuit.
So where are you gonna put it now?
Well, I'd already cut the hole for the box and stuff and started there, and that's where I want it.
Yeah.
Because it's by the door.
Right.
That's where I want the light switch. So I'm just gonna run a piece of cable from here where we're standing, all the way down straight to the switch.
Okay.
And then we'll start our circuit.
So where we're standing,
what's
with where we're standing? Junction. Oh, you're gonna have the box.
It's gonna be where the power is gonna come up through the floor. We'll have a built-in seating here at each wheel well, and this is a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
So the power will be coming up through the floor here, and I'm actually gonna be connecting the lights on both sides. Will be on one switch,
right,
on one circuit, and I'll connect that side to this side.
Right there. Okay.
By routing, another cable under the floor. So down through a hole here and up through a hole on that side.
And there,
so
and up there. So
yeah, that's what I've been trying to, the routing and how to get the circuit done correctly. And
it's been hard on your brain this week.
Yeah.
But
we already had the wall built, and so then, to this stage, and so then figuring out how to route the wires has been a bit of a head scratcher.
So if we'd done the electrical before we put the walls in, would that have been better? I mean, normally that's what you do, but in our case,
for most of the job, it would have been better to do the wiring before. The part where since this is our sheeting is also our finished material, there's actually an advantage to cutting the electrical boxes in afterwards.
Oh.
Because then I didn't have to, I could have done it before, where the box is already in place. And when you're cutting that sheet to fit and everything, then you also have to
mark it,
figure out where that box is and get it cut pretty precisely. And this way I don't have to stress over that part. Anyway.
So you're gonna sleep well at night?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. This looks good. And all this you got done. Yay. And then you gotta pull this box down and do the same thing over here. Got the holes in, but sweet.
Yeah. I have to run.
Okay.
I have to run a. Actually, need to wire the outlets, or at least get another circuit run up into the chase, the light chase. Because we're gonna have on the outlet circuit, I'm gonna run up to an outlet in the end cap.
Oh yeah.
Of the light chase. Because we're gonna put a strip light on top. And it just uses a standard plug. And so then I'll provide an outlet to
gotcha.
To plug that into as well. So I need to get all that before I put our boxes back up.
So what's that?
It's a snake.
It's a snake? Okay. Oh.
So I got three different cables.
Yeah.
That I made up into this to try to, that bridges between the two sides of the bus.
Okay.
They got one light circuit that's split between the two sides, and then an outlet circuit between the two sides.
Oh yeah.
And then I have to supply power from one side to the other. So I got 3.
Okay.
Anyway, so I made this up
Cool.
to try to route through the underside of the bus.
Okay.
And so.
Because it's gotta be protected.
Yeah.
It's gonna hang down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things aren't horrible here. It's, you know, it's not in like.
I'll go to the other side. Do you want me to grab it?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then goes up through.
Oh, okay. Did you drill that?
Yes, put the one in the floor. Okay.
I got it. I'll hold it.
All right, I get it from that side.
Okay. I'll hold it.
Yeah, and I just have to figure out how to secure it so it doesn't move around here where it passes through metal. So we'll have to figure out some sort of a clamp for that.
How you doing?
Okay.
Are you securing it?
Yep.
Here, and it comes right there. Good job.
Thanks. Oh, that's done.
Yeah, no kidding. So now you can work on putting the electrical boxes into the other side of the bus.
Yes.
Awesome. Man, it's hot out here. It's like,
Yes.
is it 7:30 in the morning? It feels like it's like 90 degrees already.
Yeah.
Look at the little bear. Go get it. You can do it. Go get it. Go get it. I realized I said something. What? That with me right now. You look red in the face, so it must be like 110 in here. I don't know, maybe not quite that hot.
Well, I finally figured out where to run my wiring. There was a gap behind all my studs.
Nice.
And I just slipped it right down in there.
That's awesome.
Took the cell off and there you go.
Because otherwise you would
And then I
have.
could feed my cables down to the
Right.
outlet and stuff like
Because
that.
you were trying to think how to put it on the floor.
Yeah, how to get it up underneath.
But here, this is beautiful. Good job.
That'll work.
Making the.
Yeah, it'll cut out for the wires to pass through.
They're so handy to have around.
Yeah.
Okay, so the wire's gonna come up there. Nice. Glad you're working early this morning.
Yeah, I wish I could have earlier.
I know it's gonna be so hot today. It's like gonna be 111, I think. Pacific Northwest doesn't know what to do with that kind of temp.
Yeah. So I'm just finishing up making electrical connections. I got all the light boxes and outlets hooked up. Putting in, let's see, where are we? Five outlets. No, there'll be 6, 3 on each side. Plus, there's an outlet at the end of each of these light runs to plug in a LED strip that's going to go on top. So I'll show you that on the other side. That'll go at the end there. It is on a outlets are on a 20 amp circuit, and the lights are on a 15 amp circuit. I'll show you later. I'll show you a 2 circuit breaker box I'm putting in. So the outlets were all done with 12 2-wire, but just to save money and because it's easier to work with, I ran to this end outlet for the LED lights with the 14 2-wire. I'm not an electrician, can't tell you if that's code or not, but it is just going to power LED lights and maybe plug in a device to charge. And so I think that'll be okay. I didn't show you the actual electrical connections I was making in the box because, one, I don't think my work's very pretty. But hopefully it's okay. So maybe I'm not the best example of how to tuck those wires in. But I'll just show you I'll show you what I did here. I did use the screw connectors, not the type where you just push the wires in the back. Just because I understand that the screw type connector is more secure. And then down in my outlets, I did these all in parallel, just using the screw connections on both sides. And then my ground, I used the crimp style of connector. Hope you can see that. Just a little brass ferrule type thing, and I don't know, you can crimp it with pliers, but I used this spot on my wire crimper to crimp that down. It makes a little dimple between the wires. The other reason I didn't really video much of my work yesterday or the day before is because it's about 110, 115 degrees in the bus, and I don't think my camera would have liked that too much.